The jam jar. Not the preserves! Obviously.
And so it was that the once proud kingdom of Glenbrook did fall.
Well,
Frost seized
crap.
control of the Crown City, threatening to bring the surrounding domains under its iron yoke.
There's jam everywhere.
Now the Archduke's army marches upon House Wolford's stronghold, where Prince Roland is being sheltered by his loyal friends and allies.
Chapter 7, Part 1, A Soul Upon the Scales. Okay, question for people who've played this. How many chapters are in this? Like, we talking 20? We talking 15? We talking 7? We're there? We've made it? Oh, I was gonna check the encampment. Depends, but 20-ish. Depends? Wait, you mean you can have a different amount of chapters dependent on what path you've taken? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Or if you die early or something? $20-ish. Okay, okay. So we're like a... Main story is 21. Okay. Different amounts of end fights. Okay, okay. I need to buy things to make things. I'd have realized how deep the noble's corruption penetrated had I not been so naive, though perhaps it was exactly what Prince Franny wanted. So... was Franny just getting money? Is that what the idea was? He was being sneaky. For cash. Or he had some sort of deal with... Goose. That name, man. I can't be scared of Goose. Because... I can't say his name without smiling. His name just puts a smile on my face. I'm so mad. Though who could be mad at you, Goose The Ice Frosty Archduke enters Whiteholm Castle and the seat of power in Glenbrook and lays claim to the throne. Alright. Watch this cutscene and I'm gonna eat my nachos.
Your most honorable siblings, Lord Thalas and Lady Erica, have arrived, my lord.
Thank you for the escort. You may go now.
If there is anything else that you require, anything at all, you need but say the word.
In that case, I would have a bottle of the realm's finest wine and a serving of fresh fruit delivered to my quarters.
But of course, milady, I shall have the servants fetch it at once.
Ever eager to please, isn't he?
I believe the word you're looking for is sycophant. Congratulations on bringing Glenbrook to its knees, brother. It's a thing of beauty, what you've accomplished. I trust you're already seeing to that fuss outside the castle walls?
Of course.
The other domains are putting up little in the way of resistance. Lord Telior trembles in his seat within the stronghold, and Lord Fawkes was oblivious to what was happening until it was far too late.
How easily the three high houses of Glenbrook break under your iron boot, brother.
Wolford is the last to hold out, but Avlora will deal with them. Prince Roland will be in our hands before long.
Speaking of royalty, brother, I would have thought Cordelia would be dead or rotting in jail. Yet here she sits on the throne. She looks less a vanquished princess and more a queen.
That is precisely what I would have her be.
Whatever do you mean?
Once things have calmed, I shall assume guardianship over her and have her crowned. A few days hence, Regna will be executed. I've already informed Patriat as much.
So the wise and benevolent King Regna meets his end at last.
Father!
Please, can someone explain? What are we going to do? Excuse me. Can you tell me what's happening?
Did I hear him wrong? I don't.
What has been said?
Subjects of Glenbrook, I am Gustadolf, Archduke and High Commander of the Grand Duchy of Esfrost. Hear my words. The sins King Regna has committed against us, and against you, his own people, are grievous indeed.
What has he done to us? What did he say? I don't believe it.
3 decades have passed since the end of the war. In the years since, we have all done what we can to rebuild our nations. The opening of the Grand Norzelian mines was to be the dawn of a new age. An age where our 3 nations would work together for the peace and prosperity of all. But King Regna spat in the face of that glorious dream. As our engineers worked tirelessly to put success within reach, your King Regna schemed in the shadows to seize control of the mine for his own profit. And when Dragan Esfrost, my dear cousin, and the man tasked with overseeing the mine's operations, became aware of this plot, King Regna had him assassinated in cold blood. In doing so, he betrayed not only my own nation and the holy state of Hyzant, but you as well. The very people who were to share in the wealth the mine would bring.
Clearly. Dude, this whole thing makes my skin crawl. I hate this. Like, ugh.
And so we were left with no choice but to march on Whiteholm Castle and put an end to Regna's treachery by force. Our actions were born of a righteous duty to avenge Dragan's murder and this odious betrayal of this historic accord between our nations. What say you, King Regna? Do you deny these charges against you?
I do not. But I beg of you, spare my children.
Subjects of Glenbrook, your traitor king admits his guilt before you. The punishment for these crimes is death. Off with his head!
Roland, Cordelia, the future of our kingdom is in your hands now.
Alright, game, you got me. I hate all of them.
Just days after the fall of the Crown City,
I'm in.
King Regna of Glenbrook is beheaded before his subjects. The death of this kind and benevolent monarch plunges the
You're
realm
right,
into
Ellie.
confusion and chaos. With the king perishes an all too short-lived era of peace, and in its place, one of bloodshed and turmoil.
Looking pretty evil. And pretty sus, you know, I'm just saying. Oh, there's a few greens. Wow. Okay, alright. News of Glenbrook's fall reaches the citadel of the sands in the far-off holy state of Hyzant, where a great battle of the Salt Iron War was fought so many years ago. Years ago. Reading's impossible.
Minister Sorsley.
Oh, oop.
What is it this time, Booker?
We've just received word that Frost has launched a surprise invasion of Glenbrook. Whiteholm burns as we speak.
What's this?
The Crown City has fallen. King Regna was beheaded, and it is said Crown Prince Franny also perished in the fray. Prince Roland has fled to the domain of House Wolfort, with the Grand Duchy's army in close pursuit.
Goddess forbid. What could the Archduke be plotting? And what do the others think of the matter?
At any rate, I must speak with the Hierophant at once.
Minister, if I may assuage you, I propose that perhaps this situation may yet play to House N's benefit.
Our benefit, you say? Indeed. Indeed, you may have the right of it. My dear Booker, whatever would House N do without you?
Send a bird to the palace. Tell them that the Holy One's faithful servant Sorsley would humbly beg an audience.
At once, Master.
I was like, okay, Sorcelly's cool, and then nope. Everyone is so everyone's red. I feel like watching Pi in Mafia games when he dies and he's just screaming at the screen like, he's red, shoot him. Like, oh my gosh, these people are terrible. Lord Silvio Tellior, head of one of Glenbrook's 3 high houses, ponders what the future holds for his domain. He's awful too! Ah! I am enjoying the game. I want that to be clear, but I'm just like, oh gosh, these people are terrible.
Whatever is House Tellior to do? With King Regna gone, we must find a way to preserve ourselves.
This game sucks, I know! I'm probably the bad guy as well!
Landroy, that proud fool, will no doubt fight to the bitter end. But House Fawkes alone is no match for the Grand Duchy.
Plot doing its job. I know! Yeah, I'm like, Sarah Noah's gonna be like, actually, I was the boss the entire time! What?
Yet if House Wolford were to fight at their side... They say Prince Roland is in Wolford's charge. If this is true, there's a good chance they will join the fray. Or will they? The Wolfords may choose to ransom the prince to Frost in return for amnesty for their own domain. If it comes to that, Frost will either kill the prince and princess, or use them as their pawns, and Glenbrook will fall. Bending the knee to Frost may be our only hope if we are to live to see tomorrow.
See, I was like, this guy, he's not trying to profit, he's just trying to live, which, I get that, I understand. As opposed to like, oh, they're under the bus, eh? I should probably shove them under the bus as well. Tell the bus to go backward and forward a few more times. That's probably what I should do. That's what everyone else is doing. Oh, man, this gives me like, I'm getting Suikoden 1 vibes from this, where it's like you gotta gather everyone else up from people that you don't normally suspect. So I'm excited for that. Just like, you know, gathering your army and all of that. I really love that. Lord Landroy Falks, King Regna's loyal bannerman since the days of the Salt Iron War, receives the news of his liege's grim fate. Suikoden is so good. I want to play it again someday.
Your Majesty, House Falks has failed you. I have failed you.
Yeah, I was like, Suikoden 2 is much more polished, but I didn't like it quite as much. I don't know. I felt the way that they did the story was... I don't know. I like the first one more. It was definitely more polished, though.
High House, damn it all! When you needed us most, we were not there to answer the call. How did we not see what they were plotting? How did we not know to go to your aid? But no, cursing our fate will not bring you back to us. We must focus our efforts on the one who might yet save Glenbrook from downfall. We must protect Prince Roland with our lives.
Based Landroy over here. This man over here touting this thing that no one else has. It's called morals and a conscience. Love to see it. Minister Patriot, advisor to the king, conducts a covert investigation of the Crown City under pretense of a routine inspection. But to what end?
It would seem things have calmed outside the castle walls.
What is to become of us now? Word has it the Kingsguard's been slaughtered to the last man. We must flee while we have our lives.
If they meant to kill ordinary folk like us, wouldn't they have done so already? Even as frosty dogs have some honor then. Who'd have thought? Anyway, there's no point fighting. What'll be, will be.
Our people seem less resentful of Esfrost than I would have expected. No doubt due to the Archduke's decision to focus their attack on the castle and leave the town itself unscathed. So, the common folk won't be a problem. That just leaves the matter of the royal family.
I'm gonna just start calling him
His
Pat
Grace
Rat.
and the Crown Prince have been dealt with, and Princess Cordelia has been brought to heel. Prince Roland is the only one unaccounted for, but the men I arranged for hunt him down as we speak.
He really
Word
is.
has it, there's also a sizable bounty on his head. No, he'll not last long. I knew Gustadolf to be a shrewd man, but his attention to detail is nothing short of astonishing. I have seen all I would. Let us return.
Everybody's terrible. Everybody's terrible. Having made their escape by boat, Serenoa and his retinue finally make their way back to the Wolford domain. You're putting all these letters in here. But what awaits them there? Sadness. So much sadness. Much sadness.
Lord Serenoa, thank the heavens you're safe.
It is good to be home.
Castle Wolfort is the most impregnable stronghold in all the kingdom. You will be safe here, Your Highness.
Well, now you jinxed it.
Thank you. I can only hope Father and Sir Maxwell are safe as well.
They did use the jail instead of jail. Which I learned about the pronunciation of that from the Great Ace Attorney. I was like, the gowl? Oh, old spelling for jail. Interesting. The gowl.
Benedict, there is news.
What's the matter, Benedict? You look as if you've seen a ghost.
Your Highness, my lord, pray try to remain calm. His Grace was beheaded at the Crown City not bells ago.
Father. No. Say it is not so.
Roland.
I can only imagine what you're feeling now, Your Highness. But I fear we have not the luxury of grieving. As the last living heir to the throne, there is no doubt that the Archduke will target you next.
Indeed. We must move quickly. I would seek Father's counsel.
About Lord Simon.
What is it? Has something befallen Father?
Yeah, he's dead too. Everybody's dead. There's no happiness left. We gotta build our army and then fight back really, really hard. Oh no, he's alive. Okay.
Father!
Lord Simon, what is the meaning of this?
How dare you be in bed?
He collapsed when he heard the news from the Crown City, and has not opened his eyes since.
You must be mad. The man was stronger than an ox.
We cannot afford to lose Lord Simon. Not now, of all times.
Father. Be strong, Father. This realm still needs you.
That's a sick bed, by the way.
I still need you, Father. Father.
Serenoa.
Is there any chance he will recover?
Our healers are doing everything they can, but none can say.
Very well.
Do not give up hope, Serenoa. The malady will not take your father easily.
Forgive me, Roland. I can only imagine what you feel now.
I must stay strong. I cannot allow Father's death to be in vain. You too must remain composed. For Lord Simon. And for those who now look to you for guidance in his stead.
I will try.
Pardon me, my lord. I come bearing a message.
From whom?
The scout we had sent in search of Sir Maxwell returned with this.
His mask, yeah.
Sir Maxwell's mask.
It's covered in jam.
Reports have it that it was found near Whiteholm Bridge.
Blood. No. It cannot be.
This mask was all that was found, you say?
The bridge was all but overflowing with the bodies of the fallen. It was not possible to ascertain all of their identities. And the swift course of the river thwarted any efforts to search further.
I see. Thank you for the report. Get some rest. You have earned it.
Yes, my lord.
Why is everyone dead?
You too abandon me now?
Man, that is how it is though, where you're like, terrible thing has happened. Okay, I'll be fine. A terrible thing has happened.
Command, Frost musters its forces at Whiteholm Castle and commences a march on the Wolfort domain. Their aim, to seize in their clutches Prince Roland, the unwilling heir to Glenbrook's throne.
I think we can do one more? As the Frosty army advances on Castle Wolfort, another crisis looms large for Serenoa and Prince Roland. Alright, but is the dress ready? I've got to know!
My lord, the Frosty army advances on us as we speak. A missive has arrived from Lord Gustadolf. It says they will stand down on the condition that we surrender Prince Roland to them at once.
We've not much time before they're on our doorstep, my lord.
Word has it that General Avlora herself heads the vanguard.
Gustadolf's not taking any chances. The scheming bastard.
Summon the War Council at once. We must take swift action.
I wonder if Roland's gonna run away or something.
You cannot be serious about this.
It's all right, Frederica.
Please continue, Benedict.
Thank you. Once more, I would ask you plainly. Do we or don't we relinquish Prince Roland to Esfrost?
I say we refuse. We owe Sir Maxwell that much. Precisely. Sir Maxwell entrusted us with keeping His Highness safe, and we accepted.
There's no place in the realm more sheltered by the terrain than this castle. He is safer here than anywhere. And yet, if the Archduke were to march on us with an army as great as the one that took the Crown City, or, heaven forbid, a greater one,
the natural fortifications of this land would work against us. Our shelter would
There it
become
is.
our jail.
So you propose that we just abandon him? That we sacrifice his life for our own protection?
Better my life than any of yours. This is my battle. I would not see the blood of my friends spilt in my name.
But see, Your Highness, that's where you're wrong. House Wolfort's the sword and shield of the crown. You go to battle, we go with you.
Like, that's the whole point of this place.
Enough! I will leave before I see your domain ravaged by fighting. It is the only way. Surely you see this, yes?
I refuse to believe sacrificing any of us is the correct path.
My lord, we
It's
cannot
gonna
allow
do.
war to come to the Wolfort domain. Your highest priority must be to your loyal subjects. You must decide.
We cannot hope to win against Esfrost, but if we do nothing to stop them, many will lose their lives. As his vassal, I must fight to protect the prince, but as their lord, I must ensure my people's safety. I cannot render a decision here and now. There must be some solution. All of these end with dot dot dot. As his vassal, must fight for him, but also my people.
As his vassal, I must fight to protect the prince. But as their lord, I must ensure my people's safety.
I am sorry, Serenoa. Pray do what you feel is best for your house. I will find some way of helping my family.
Your mind is made up, then.
As the master of this domain, you and no other must decide how we proceed.
I understand that, Benedict. Prepare the scales of conviction. I would hear everyone's thoughts on the matter.
Wait, we kind of did. We kind of did that. We must strategy. Get the Doritos. As the Esfrosti army continues its inexorable march on Castle Wolfort, Serenoa and his retinue discuss the best path forward. Hang on, I'm gonna save. Man, our second scales thing.